What's up, guys? Oh, there's Gabby. So last night was really nuts because out of nowhere we got hit with a mega lightning thunderstorm, and we didn't think it was gonna hit us, and we had the bus untarped. So I burned rubber over to the bus because it was like 10:30 at night and the storm was like just hitting, and there was the craziest lightning storm ever. And my brother-in-law Ben met me here to try to get the tarp on the roof, and it was lightning right above us all over the place, and we both kind of just looked at each other and we're like, this is not worth it. So as you can see, we really quickly, because it was like 40-mile-per-hour winds, and we really quickly, like, we had no time. It was starting to downpour, and we just threw the tarp from the inside over the cockpit at least. So I haven't walked in there yet, and I don't know what it looks like after this crazy rain, but at least we got the front tarped, and I have no idea what to expect that looks like. But yeah, we were not prepared for that storm. I always talk about being prepared. I was not prepared. Now, we just came over tonight. We couldn't work on the bus today. We were busy with editing and stuff like that, and now we're just gonna tarp because it's gonna rain again tonight. Hi, honey.
Hey.
We need to hurry. All right. Hello, my bus people. How are you guys doing today? We are back at the bus. It is another beautiful day here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And we are officially half done sheeting our bus. So today we are starting to sheet the other side of the bus, and I could not be more excited. Let's do this. Let's get this done. Let's seal this bus up. I cannot wait to just have the bus sealed up from the weather and not have to worry about anything, and not have to worry about putting this giant stupid tarp on my bus anymore. My friend Anthony is going to be coming and welding the transition supports this week, and then we're going to be sheeting that. And as soon as we're done sheeting the other side of the bus and sheeting the transition, we're ready to hit the road, people. So let's do it.
Here on my one rain like this. What just felt your name? Stop, stop, stop. Heavy rain drop here. What just what on the rain and night light, so loud and clear. What just felt your name? Here on my one.
So I'm cutting this piece of sheet metal down to size to fit to the length of 3 hat channels apart, so the rivets get laid down directly on the hat channel, and we won't have to lay down any rivets in between the hat channels because the sheet metal is a little longer than it needs to be. So we're just cutting them all down to size. Yeah. What I did right here is I just made a really quick fence jig just to run the electric shears up against, so we make sure and cut a straight line. Woo, baby! So I pretty much just cleaned the sheet off so it was ready to be installed. You don't want any nasty gravel and dirt and stuff like that around your rivets, so you just want to make sure your sheet metal is nice and clean. I use the scratch pad to get all the dirt kind of loose, and then I use mineral spirits and a towel to clean the rest. This is what I need. I need you to hold these right here. And you set the bottom of them right here. Attempt number 1 to throw one of these over the top.
Don't I want these on this side though?
Oh, we need to do the same thing on the other side.
So I need to do what we're doing right now on the other side.
I have no water. Okay, let's do this. In theory, I should just have to just throw it over the bus. Alright, here we go. God, that wasn't even good enough.
That was pretty far, it looked like.
It needs to go to the ground on the other side. Or at least get up there, you know? Maybe just throw it. Oh my God. I got a feel for it now, honey. Ready?
You're gonna catch the power line.
Oh my God, it is. This is a pointless job. Somebody has to go on the roof.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So the tarp's on top of there. I can kind of pull over here. This one up, but I got it. Good. Now that's success right there.
Alright, so I'm on the roof, pulling the ratchet straps over so that they go underneath of this power line.
Alright, so I'm just going to throw these up to you. Actually, they're going to go over, and you're just going to pull them back to yourself. Okay?
Don't hit me.
That one should go right, honey, right here, where it needs to fall off the other side of the bus. Pull it over on this side, pull it over on that side. Are you letting it drop right now?
Am I not supposed to?
We'll over at this side of the bus. Or this way. It just needs to be in the right spot for it to pull up the channel. Nice catch.
Okay, untwist it from down there.
I don't know if I can. They're tied together, so you have to untwist it. Fast, just do that.
Yay, I can get down now. We got them where they need to go.
Now we could.
I think it's still filming, but it might be dead. There's just a picture of a battery on it.
Let's do it.
Should have got more of these gloves, huh?
They were actually a good investment.
So we have to pry this thing out a little bit so we can fit the sheet metal up in there.
Stupid jets, always here.
The airport's right over here. What you doing in there?
Just getting the 3M540 marine adhesive sealant ready. I meant to bring this up in another video, but we are using 3M540 for our adhesive sealant. It is a marine sealant adhesive, and it has just worked very well for everything on our bus. We used it for the hat channel supports. We're using it to adhere the sheet metal to the hat channel. We're also using it as a seam sealer. It's pretty much a general use adhesive that's marine grade, and it's wonderful. I spoke with one of the scientists, literally one of the scientists from 3M for about an hour about the bus build before I selected an adhesive, and he said this one just has the perfect amount of flex for what we're doing. So I'd highly recommend it. We'll leave a link below where we purchased these. One of the best things about this adhesive is that it's inexpensive. You can get some adhesives that are anywhere from $20 to $65 for a tube, and this I think was $7.50 a tube. Wonderful deal. And you pretty much need an entire 10.1 or 10.5 ounce, whatever this is, 10.5 ounce tube for each sheet that you do. Trust me, you need at least that. So buy it in 12 packs, people. The sheets that we purchased were 4x8 18 gauge galvanized steel, and 8 feet actually went from about right here all the way over to halfway through between these two hat channels here. And after we did the math, we realized we had enough sheets that we could just cut it down to butt up against the end of this hat channel here, and that way we're not trying to rivet directly in the center of these for no reason, because you won't want that extra piece of metal behind there. Even if you put adhesive on there, it's pointless. So you'd want it to just be as close to the hat channel as possible. That's just my personal opinion. I like stuff to look aesthetically clean, so I feel like that's a really good idea. If you're going to get some custom cut stuff, measure the hat channel and make sure that you're getting it, you know, the right length, because otherwise the electric shears that we use to cut this down, they work so well. It takes about 10 seconds to cut a line through 4 feet of 18 gauge sheet metal. I think the shears were like $30-something. No matter what, we'll leave a link below. But my word of advice to all of you out there is that you need to make sure at this exact moment that you have everything placed and ready to go. On the ground right there, we have a drill with an extension cord. On the ground right there, we have our riveter hooked up. The air compressors on, the PSIs are up to where they need to be. I'm about to put adhesive on everything right now. We have the straps ready to be thrown over the sheet metal on the ground and hook underneath of there. Gabby's gonna pull on the other side today and pull it over the bus, and hopefully her weight can carry the sheet up. But yeah, everything just needs to be in place. We already went through this where it was a giant show where we didn't have anything ready where it needed to be when we thought that we did, and then we were running around and it was not fun. But that's another good thing about this 3M540, because it takes an hour and a half to set. So it's really, really, really good for not being a professional and being ready for things. So by the time you're done with half of your bus, you should be pretty good at this, but hopefully you can start getting good towards the beginning, unlike us, and learn from our mistakes. So good luck to you guys. Here we go. You may not be able to see me, but hopefully you can hear me. So I'm running I'm running like a 1/2 inch bead right now over this. And the reason I'm doing that is because if you're using pop rivets, your rivets are not waterproof, no matter what. So you gotta do the waterproofing with the adhesive. So you gotta make sure to squirt the adhesive into every single hole. And also too, the warmer it is, the easier this kind of adhesive is gonna come out. So be careful. And if it's cold, it's always a good idea to soak it in some warm water before you open it, and then it will still be able to move, because when you grip this thing, if it is cold and hard in there, man, your wrist and hand are gonna die that day. They're gonna die. Why does it look like these are not piloted through here? Did I not pilot this through here? What? There's no holes piloted there?
Not in the hat channel.
Are you serious? Does that mean that they're not on the other side either? Holy shit. We're gonna have to pilot it as we...
Yeah, where's the template?
Well, we just realized that we didn't pilot the holes here, and as we're talking to you about preparation, my God, I can't believe I forgot to do that. This is the only one on the whole bus I didn't do. And now after seeing it, I'm remembering that I didn't. Just mark them here and then eyeball them for the other side, straight across. So now we're getting stuff done on the fly, people. This is called overkill, folks. And I don't care. I will clean up a crazy adhesive mess if it means my bus is waterproof. That is very important, people. Looks are one thing. Making sure your stuff's waterproof is another thing. This is called protecting your investment, and we are not investing a little bit of money. It's more like a lot. I love how I'm trying to do demonstration stuff in this video, and we knew this panel would be the most difficult one because we're on a hill. It is not easy. This ladder looks ridiculous right now. This is a good example, like when it's warm, it really comes out a lot easier. And I'm not even done laying it on here, or on the, I'm not even done laying it on the hat channel yet, and I already needed another one. It's always better to get too much adhesive than too little, that's for dang sure, because if you're not prepared when the adhesive needs to be there, and then you have to throw in rivets without adding adhesive and stuff like that, like you're gonna regret it later. And we also have to dip every one of these rivets inside the adhesive too, just to make sure it's watertight. Yeah, it's starting to rain. You gotta pull this up now. Okay, pull, oh, darn it, it already hit the adhesive. Oh my God. Okay, on your left side, pull it little tight. Right there. Leave it. All right, I'm pulling the other one down. Pull it a little tight. All right, now both of them are tight here. Now, do you want me to get it started?
What do you mean?
Like, I can pull it up to get it started. Ready? It works the best to just pull the top towards you a little bit. Good?
Little more. Okay, should I come over there now?
Yeah, you can. Is it gonna fall out?
If I let go of it, I just need to put something to hold it down because...
The bottom's coming up? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to just keep pulling and I'll just try my best?
You see the left side of the panel where it's supposed to line up on there?
We just need to switch spots.
Okay, sounds good. Please come over here. Holy.
I feel like it's going to... Hold on.
Put the ladder right now. You get what I'm saying?
I think so.
Does
Just
that work?
hold on.
I was just thinking it'd be easier for you to do it after I pulled it up a bit. I don't know what I was thinking. It's definitely, it's not light. It wasn't light for me, but I'll try to help you push it up a little bit too, all right? Go ahead. Yep. Pull up more on the right side. You're right. Pull a little more. Oh my God, honey. Don't drop the other side. What are you doing?
I'm seriously pulling as hard as I can. I can't.
You're gonna have to do this side then, because I don't know what to do right now. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. Let it down. Slowly. Let it go. It's already touching on one side. Oh boy. This might have been a foolish idea. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna call Tommy. That's what I'm gonna do. He called me 20 minutes ago, so he's obviously, I don't know. I have no idea. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, thank God. It's gonna start raining, and I have all the adhesive laid out and everything, and we realize Gabby and I can't do it by ourselves. Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye. He's be here in 2 minutes. Thank God.
I can't lift that. I'm not strong enough.
The worst part about this too is that I sandwiched it in the drip cap, and the more and more it cures, the harder and harder this is to get up in there. And it is. I make sure it's caked up there because that's going to be where the water comes in first. So if you haven't been able to tell, when something goes wrong and everything is time sensitive, it is a very, very stressful, crazy ordeal. Don't judge us.
Supposed to do my psychology homework all day today.
Well, are you doing this instead? Way cooler.
I have so much homework. I have to write 20 blogs for my...
She does. She has to write 20. She graduates on Friday.
You have to write 20 blogs for an assignment?
Well, I'm supposed to be doing 2 a week.
Front seat in there.
Oh.
They need the pouchy thing that's on there. Pouchy, honey. It's a term. Look it up.
Pouchies.
Pouchy. So obviously it's like normal.
Keep that taut and I'll pull.
Yeah, sounds good. We're Golden Gate Bridge.